Hey beauties, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I will be unboxing and reviewing this brand new Gucci bronzer and lipstick that just launched for summer. I purchased these from the Sephora website only a couple days ago, and I will tell you that right before I sat down to film, I looked them up. The lipstick is still listed. This is $42. It's available for purchase. Now the bronzer, on the other hand, it disappeared like the mist. You cannot find it anywhere. This was $62. I am hoping, fingers crossed, that this pops up somewhere, perhaps at a different retailer. But right now, when you search on the Sephora website, nothing. When I looked back at past orders, nothing. It's as if it never existed. And most of the time, if a product is simply out of stock, there's a little box that you can check and it says email when back in stock. So I don't know. Hopefully it wasn't that limited of a launch. I feel like it just launched a couple days ago. If I can find it somewhere, I will list it down below in the description box. I will continue to update it as well as Instagram stories. My hope is that if anybody saw this online and you were interested, you didn't hesitate, because it could have been your only shot. We'll see. I know that's incredibly frustrating and I wish I had more information, but I am going to keep digging, so let's see what I can find. For now, I'm just going to finish my makeup for the day, and then at the end of the video, we'll do some comparison swatches and see how this new Gucci bronzer stacks up against some of the other new bronzers that have been launched this year. I lowered my light and I scooched in closer so you can see. The first thing I need to do is set my under eye, so I'm going to go in with this Gucci Matte Natural Face Powder. This is the shade 01. It's pretty light, but I absolutely love these Gucci compacts. Now these are light pink. They're very pretty. And for whatever reason, this powder is still only available at Selfridges. I can't find it anywhere on the Gucci USA website, and that's where I ordered my compacts. The whole thing is so strange because Gucci is launching these incredible new beauty products, but then they disappear and you can't get your hands on them. The last time I checked the Selfridges website, they did have these powders, and only a few shades were out of stock, so everything else has been restocked. I'm going to go really lightly underneath the eye. I only need to use a teeny tiny bit because this 01 powder is incredibly light, but it's also very fine. It just kind of melts into the skin and it looks airbrushed. I love it so much. Like, look how smooth this looks compared to this. I don't find it to be dry or crepey. It just looks really pretty. I'm gonna do it a little bit in the T-zone. This has become one of my favorite compact powders. It just looks so beautiful. It's because of the texture. I feel like it sets my makeup. Everything looks really smooth and perfected, almost airbrushed, but really flawless. Like, I can't see my pores. It doesn't look dusty or dry. It almost looks creamy. It's unlike any other powder. It's so beautiful. And then of course the compact itself is stunning. You have this gorgeous thick weighted compact. Every detail they put into this is incredible. So I knew as soon as I saw that bronzer that I had to pick one up for myself. I'm so glad I did not wait. I noticed there were 6 shades, I believe. I can't even go back to double check. But there were no swatches, so I just had to guess. I picked up 03. This is the Eclat Soleil. So you get the same really pretty light pink velvet protector, but the compact is this gorgeous teal. It's almost a Tiffany blue. So pretty. And just like the face powders, it's very old Hollywood vintage glam. I love the colors that they're going with. So beautiful. Besides the teal, everything else about the compact, like this design on the back, is identical, but when you open it up, it has this really pretty design embossed on the powder. Underneath the powder, you lift this part up, and you have this really pretty half moon brush. I removed the plastic on mine, but it does come covered. And it looks pretty decent quality. It reminds me of the little half moon brushes that come with the Chanel compacts. Of course, it's Tiffany blue with the little gold Gucci logo. So many details, it's gorgeous. Just like the face powders, there's a little hole right here signifying that you could put a refill in this compact. So I don't know if they will ever launch bronzer refills. Perhaps it is just sold out and it's coming back. If nothing else, you could probably replace it with another face powder. I thought that was interesting. I picked up this Bare Minerals Seamless Shaping and Finish Brush. I basically use this for all of my bronzers. I feel bad to even dip into it, but... oh yeah, that picked up a lot of product. I should probably be careful the first time. Oh, it's beautiful. If you look really close to the pan, it seems like it could be slightly luminous, but I think the same is true for the face powders, even though it says natural matte. Oh gosh, I just threw it. What does it say? Matte natural. I feel like these powders are slightly luminous. It just gives it a really natural skin finish. It's not overly matte. The same is true for this bronzer. It's not luminous, it's not matte, it just kind of looks nice and natural. It definitely gives me color. I think this is perfect. I can see a little luminosity. Nothing crazy. I love this bronzer. I think the color is perfect. It blends beautifully. It looks airbrushed just like the face powder. In fact, it reminds me a lot of this face powder that I picked up in the shade 09. I didn't know that they were going to launch bronzers, so I figured I would pick up 2 shades of this Gucci powder. This bronzer worked really nice. This one works well too. I love it. So now I have 2 Gucci bronzers. Let me swatch. Before I finish my makeup, I just want to compare. So with my middle finger, I'm going into this new bronzer. Sad to mess it up. And then with my index finger, I'm going into this one. It looks like the bronzer is a little bit more red, whereas this one is more of a skin tone. And that makes sense because it's meant to be a face setting powder. I just built up the swatches so you can see. This is the face powder number 9, and this is the bronzer number 3. They're still pretty close. This one looks a little bit deeper, a little bit more red undertone, and I think it feels even creamier whenever I swatch it, when I can feel the texture. This one feels so finely milled, but this one is almost dense like a cream. When you really build up the swatch, if you look closely, you can tell that the bronzer has a little bit more luminosity and the powder is meant to be more matte. So that's another difference between them. But if you can't get your hands on the bronzer, I would recommend looking for one of the deeper tones of the powder. Anytime I've used the 09 powder as a bronzer, I think it looks beautiful. All right, the last new item to try is this brand new lipstick. This is the shade No More Orchids, 410. It's one of the Rouge à Lèvres Satin. So I think this is going to be creamy, based on what it looked like. Ooh, it looks so deep. I don't know why I thought this was going to be a lighter teal. It's beautiful. It's this gorgeous, rich, deep teal blue. So pretty. And I love, again, all of the details. You have this gorgeous design etched on the outside. I have one of the gold tubes that looks identical to this, Blaze of Noon, and it is one of my all-time favorite nudes. I will finish that lipstick this year because I just always grab it. It's so pretty. But this color is stunning. They're weighted. It just feels really luxurious, so you don't feel as bad spending $42. I'm so happy they carry these at Sephora, and I want to say they have the entire lipstick line there. Now this color is a bit deceiving because on the website it looks like a deeper pink, closer to like a tender rosewood type of color, but this looks like Barbie pink, like a bright, warm, almost coral pink. I don't know. Barbie. It looks Barbie pink. I'm kind of scared, but let's try it out and see. Hopefully it doesn't look too bright. Can you tell what I'm thinking from my face? I'm not giving up yet. I hate it. I hate it. I hate everything about it. Besides the packaging. This packaging is stunning. Love the packaging. This lipstick looks terrible. The color is not ideal, but even if you like this color, hear me out, because it's not just the shade. The shade isn't flattering for me, but it's clinging to every dry patch. It's not opaque. It just looks, it looks really bad. Oh my god, it's awful. Maybe I just need to exfoliate my lips, go in with a deep conditioner, but even still, this shade is a little bit too bright. I don't know, it's starting to grow on me. I think it's because I have so much bronzer on. Maybe if I had a different eye look, if I topped it off with the right gloss, I can probably make this work for me in terms of the color. But by itself, it looks terrible. I'm gonna scoot in so you can see this. Ooh. I just exfoliated my lips, so I'm gonna try this again. And I don't love the color. It's not ideal. It wouldn't have been my first choice. I'm still glad I picked it up because I got the limited edition packaging. But I think I can make the shade work as long as this lipstick formula doesn't cling to every patch and go on really patchy. It's a little bit better. What do you guys think about this color? Let me know down in the comment section. Is it pretty and pink, or is it Barbie overload? Do you love it? Do you hate it? Are you somewhere in the middle? I feel like this is a pretty polarizing color. Like, some people are going to be drawn to it and other people are gonna think it's repulsive. I actually don't mind it right now. I'm gonna top it off with a gloss. That's something I would normally do. Just picking up this gloss that happened to be in front of me. Let's see. It's the Clarins lip oil too. My lips definitely need hydration. It's definitely bright pink. I don't mind the color so much anymore. I think it looks really pretty with the bronzer, you know, really bronze skin, the bright pink lip. It's a look, that's for sure. I just need to get used to the formula. I need to make sure, because it's a lighter pink, you just have to make sure that your lips are not dry and you go in and you really exfoliate and you condition them, or else you're gonna see every little crack. It's one of the things I hate about really light lipsticks, and it happens with light pinks, light nudes, and not just Gucci. I think we've made it work. Now I think it looks really pretty. Kind of perfect, fun in the sun makeup. The lipstick threw me for a loop, but the bronzer I absolutely love. So I pulled out a couple of the other new bronzers that have been launched lately so we can do a little swatch comparison test. So first, I wiped away the previous swatches. So first, right on top, I'm gonna go in with this new Gucci bronzer. Again, I have the shade 3. It's the Eclat Soleil. It feels so soft and delicate. You can tell this is going to be a really smooth, creamy powder. I'm building it up so you can see the color, but of course that would be diffused on the face. So that's our Gucci. Let's go in now with this NARS Laguna. I'm curious to see how this will compare. I kind of think it might be similar. They feel really similar. This NARS Laguna feels really creamy as well. Laguna has more gold shimmer and it's a little bit more of a cool undertone. Like this is more brown and this is a bit more red. Both feel really nice though. And of course, here I have both of the new Charlotte Tilbury bronzers. Well, I say both, there's 4, but here I have 3 tan and 2 medium. I think the tan is probably going to be comparable. Let's see. I love this texture, I love this formula, but between this and the Gucci and NARS, there's such a noticeable difference when you touch it. It feels more like a it feels like a finely milled powder, and it's less creamy feeling. Let's see. Going right on top. Oh my gosh, it's way darker. How do I even wear this bronzer? But I do, I make it work. So this is the tan, this is the Gucci, this is Laguna. That tan bronzer is so dark from Charlotte Tilbury. I guess I'm light-handed, and maybe because it isn't creamy, it goes on a little bit lighter, like it's softer and easier to blend and diffuse. I don't know. It looks like it should be way too dark for me. Let's see what this medium is like. So this is the medium from Charlotte Tilbury, Laguna, Gucci 3, Charlotte Tilbury tan. I totally forgot. I also pulled out Sunset from Chanel. Let's give this a whirl. I have been getting so much use out of this bronzer. It's incredible. I will probably use this up in the next couple months. That's how much I've been using it. Well, the Chanel is definitely the hardest to swatch. It's closest to Laguna in terms of the amount of luminosity. It's down here at the bottom. In terms of color, it's kind of somewhere between the middle 3. It's less red than the Gucci. It has a lot of shimmer like Laguna. It's kind of a nice neutral color. It's really pretty. This is Chanel Sunset, Charlotte Tilbury Medium, Laguna, new Gucci 3, Charlotte Tilbury Tan. When I was looking at the swatches, something I noticed on my arm was that the color of this new Gucci bronzer was sort of perfect. I wish I had picked up another shade for comparison, either one shade lighter, maybe one shade darker, probably lighter because this bronzer is pretty dark, but I think it looks perfect on the skin. But the texture, you can just tell. Not only can you tell when you feel it, it just swatches so easily, almost like an eyeshadow. But the powder on the skin, it looks seamless. It doesn't look patchy at all. It doesn't look like it drags. It just kind of slides across the skin. And that's what it does on the face with the blending brush. It just goes on and it's so easy to buff and blend, and you can't really see, where it starts, where it stops. You don't accidentally get any harsh lines. I can't say that's true about all of my bronzers, but I find that this is just so buttery smooth. The texture is incredible, just like the face powders. Gucci did it again. I love this bronzer. They really hit it out of the park. Everything about the compact is stunning. I hope this wasn't limited, and perhaps they're going to come out with more Gucci bronzers and we will have refills to put in this refillable packaging. I mean, it only makes sense, right? I don't think I will ever use this little half moon brush. I very rarely do. But I kind of like the fact that it can sit in here and live in there just in case I do take this traveling and I do want to use the brush. I always lose those little brushes, so it's kind of nice that it has a home so you don't lose it. You can hold on to it. Everything about it. This lipstick, take it or leave it. Depending on the color, you're either going to love it or you're going to hate it. Maybe it's for you, maybe it's not. Based on the photo, I thought it was deeper, more wearable pink. I really thought it was going to be the perfect pink lipstick for summer. This is not that. It's pretty, but it's not something you can just throw on and not really think about. Like, I'm gonna be really self-conscious the next time I go to wear this. I'm gonna have to make sure that my lips are properly scrubbed and hydrated because it just doesn't go on quite the way I would want it to. It doesn't really go on the way my Blaze of Noon lipstick goes on. The limited edition packaging is beautiful, and of course I can always top this off with a gloss, and that's most likely what I will do. That way I can get use out of it. Because $42 is not chump change. You know, that would be so wasteful otherwise. But hopefully this video helped you decide if you did not rush and purchase this the moment you saw it online. Maybe now you have a better idea if this color really is going to be right for you or not. It's definitely pink, that's for sure. It's a very happy color. And that completes today's review. Pretty short and sweet. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed it and you found it helpful. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Leave me your comments, questions down below. I love hearing from you guys, so be sure to share your thoughts on the bronzer situation, perhaps the powder situation. Do you like this lipstick color? Do you hate it? Let me know down below. As always, I will be linking everything mentioned, everything on my face down in the description box for your convenience. And for more videos like this, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell.